elements. The another one is like console tab. Console. Okay, next stores tab. Okay, the next network tab. Next network tab. Okay, the next one is like what? Application tab or not? Application tab. Okay, as a UI developer, you should know about these tabs, minimum these 5 tabs. Okay, there has some other tabs also, their memory, some other. Okay, minimum these tabs you should know about. Okay, tell me about the first elements tab. What my elements tab contains? What my elements tab contains? Come on, see, whatever the content is visible to the end user, that means whatever the content rendered inside the browser, that content related code we can see in the elements tab left side part. Okay, that content related CSS we can see in the right side or not. Yes or no? In the elements tab. Whatever the content is visible to the end user, okay, this content related code we can see in the elements tab. So how we can see the elements tab? Just right click on this, inspect it. Right click on this, inspect it. Now see this. Okay, this is my elements tab. Okay, this is the content, right? This content related code I want to see. For example, support is there. This support related code I want to see. How we can right click on this? Okay, just go to this support, right click and inspect it. This is one way of finding the content related code. See, this is the code they written for this particular content or not. This anchor has okay, which styles. In the right side you can see the styles or not. There is a text decoration, underline, okay, color, something like this. These many styles are applied for my anchor tag or not. These many styles applied for my anchor tag or not. Got my point? All are okay? Okay, this is one way. Okay, go to that content, right click on that, inspect it. That content related code highlighted in the elements tab, in the elements tab left side part. That is one way. Another way to find or inspect the code, click on this, see this first icon. Now it's like in the black color. Click on this. Now it's highlighted. Now move your cursor. Okay, which content related code you want to see. Okay, just you can see that. You can see that I want to see this content related code. Now go to that, click on, click. Now this is the H2. Okay, if you open this one, that code is there or not there by joining the meeting anchor like this. This is the way you can find the content related code or not. Go to any website now onwards. Go to any website. Check what kind of code they written for that particular content. Check what kind of code they written for that particular content. Okay, and left side that content, right? Okay, that content related code, right? Click on that and see the right side part. What kind of styles they applied? What kind of styles they applied? All are agreed? All are okay? Are you able to hear me? Can you hear me? Then please respond. Okay. Okay then. Okay. Now, shall we move to the next tab? I want to discuss about all these tabs. Can I move to the next tab? Console tab. Okay. Why we go for console? What kind of code? Okay. How we can use this console tab in our day-to-day development? Okay. How we can use this console? Very simple. As part of our course, I want to use this console to write our JavaScript related code. Okay, it is simply working like I want to use like a JavaScript environment. I want to use like a JavaScript environment. For example, if you want to write one Java program, if you want to write one Java program, okay, how we can write it? What kind of setup is required? Tell me in your local machine. If you want to execute a Java program, tell me. If you want to execute a Java program, first you need to install JDK software, right? Software you have to install it. Okay. After that, what we have to do? After that, what we have to do? Okay, you have to create one workspace folder. In that folder, you have to create one file like this, Java. Okay, any editor you can use it, at least Notepad you can use it. Okay, in the editor, okay, you can create this file. Okay, open this file and write your code and write your source code. And then what we have to do? You have to compile it and then you have to run it. Then only we can see the output or not. Yes or no? Okay, first you need to install software and create one workspace folder and created one hello.java file. Okay, open that file in the editor and compile that file and then run file and then you can see the output or not. After, okay, these many steps you followed, okay, then only we can see the output or not. But if you want to write, okay, the JavaScript problem, if you want to write a JavaScript program, if you want to practice a JavaScript program, okay, so here also you can follow, okay, one JS file you have to write inside the editor and you have to write your code and you have to run and you have to see the output. But I don't want to follow that approach. Now, I want to use, see, I want to introduce this particular console tab, okay, as a JavaScript working environment. Okay, so directly you can write your JavaScript programs in your console and you can see the output. Okay, no need of any editor or something. Directly you can practice all your JavaScript programs in the console itself. For example, okay, give me one requirement. Just I want to print 1 to 10 numbers. 1 to 10 numbers. So how you can print it? In our JavaScript, we have one topic is there looping. Okay, that time we'll see. But I want to show you in the console. Okay, we can execute any kind of JavaScript program. So for, okay, where I equals to 0, I less than or equals to 10, I plus plus. Okay, how to use this console, I will tell at the time of JavaScript discussion. For now, okay, you should know like why we go for console. Okay, why we go for console. Say this. Are you able to see the output? Are you able to see the output or not? Yes or no? Okay, I want to check given number is like even number or odd number. Okay, write a function. Okay, check. This is my number. It's take one argument. Okay, here, okay, my number percentage 2 is equals to 0. That is like even. Otherwise, that is like odd. Can we written it? Yes. Can we written it? Here missing, right? Done. Okay, now can I check it? Check is a function, okay, 100, even number. Check is a function, 99, it's a odd number. See this? See this? What is this function? Okay, in JavaScript, what kind of syntax we need to follow? Okay, we have a separate topic is there in JavaScript. I will explain. Don't worry about that one. See, variables and functions. There has one concept is there. I will explain you. But in your console, you can execute any kind of JS program or not. Yes or no? Okay, to practice now onwards, I don't want to use any editor. Each and every JavaScript program I am going to execute in the console itself. How to use the console, I will tell you. I will tell you. Got my point? So my console simply working like what? Your JavaScript working environment or not? Your JS environment or not? Okay, once you have an environment in your JS environment, you can create your JS program, you can write a JS program, you can execute it or not. Agree with me? Okay, if you want, okay, that this editor, like more space if you want, see these three dots. You can dock in the left side. Okay, see this, you can get some more space. You can dock in the right side, or you can dock it, okay, out of my window. See this. Now you can get this much space. Okay, you can execute any kind of JavaScript program you can write and execute it. All are okay. It is simply working like what? JS environment. Okay, all our JavaScript programs now onwards, I want to execute in the console itself. That is one way. one usage. The next one is like, for example, you written one program like this. On JS program, you written, I have a function F1. This is my program. This is my program. In your program, there has 1,000 lines of code is there. In your program, there has 1,000 lines of code is there. 1,000 lines of code is there. Okay. In my 900th line, there has one exception came. Due to that exception, my application broken. For example, think like that. Okay, see, I want to see, okay, how many statements executed, where exactly the exception occurred. I want to log the messages. I want to log the messages. Okay, in my console. In my console. Then that time, okay, we have one method is there. Okay, that method name is like a log is the method. Here you can log your messages. By seeing these messages, you can come to know like, okay, how many lines of code executed, how many lines of code executed with which content. Okay, just you can log your outputs in your console. Okay, first 100 lines of code is there. Okay, here I put like one log message. Okay, after that there has okay, there has okay 200 next 100 lines of code is there. Here console dot log off. Okay, this is my two. My two executed in my console means what? First 200 lines of code executed or not? Yes or no? Okay, after 100 lines of code, I printed okay one console.log of one message. I put it. Okay, after that 100 more lines of code is there. Here console.log of two. Okay, like that. Just I added some log messages. Okay, whenever I execute my F1 in my console, if I see one, that means what? That means what? First 100 lines of code executed. If I see two in my console, then the time 200 lines of code executed. Like that, just log the messages or not. While executing the program, if you want to log some messages in my console, just you can log it. Not only one, two, you can log your values also in my console. Okay, how we can log it in my JavaScript, in my React, I will tell. Okay, frequently we are going to use these log messages. Okay, we are going to log our messages in our console. Okay, that is the use of console. Got my point? To log your messages at runtime, we are going to use console. Okay, to see, okay, to view your log messages while running the program. Okay, the next one is what? The next one is what? It is working like a JS environment, right? It is working like a JS environment. You can execute any kind of JavaScript program or not. It is execute. Okay, we can execute any kind of JS program or not. All are okay? So far good? Come on. Up to okay or not? Anyone have any questions so far? Elements tab and console tab. Elements tab, we can find the code related to your content. Right side, you can see the CSS styles. Console is simply working like a JS environment. While running your JS program, if you want to log some messages, you can log it. We can see in the console tab or not. Okay. So shall we move to the next one? Source and network. Very, very important. Listen carefully. Okay. See. This is my browser. Okay, listen careful. Okay. This is my browser. This is my local machine. Okay, my browser also inside the local machine only. Just think. This is my local machine. Okay. In my local machine, see. In my local machine, in my F drive, in my classes folder, there has one more folder is there, 18/1/2023. Here, one file is there. What is that file name? What is that file name? Hello dot. Okay, hello dot HTML is the file or not? Agreed? Okay, in my local machine, in this particular path, I have one file is there, hello.html. All right, okay. So this file content my browser required, okay, to load it. My browser required that content or not, which is inside my hello.html or not. Agreed with me? Yes or no? My browser requires this content to load inside this browser to show to the end user or not, that content related, okay, that code related content. All are okay? Okay, so my browser requires this particular file related content. So what my browser has to do? Come on, what my browser has to do? My browser should ask to this guy or not. Okay, hey, I need the hello.html. For example, you are the hello.html, I am the browser. So I should have to reach you or not. Hey, I need that hello.html content. So I want to ask, okay, hey, that file is required for me. So my browser ask this file related content. Terminology wise, I requested to you, hey, I needed this file related content. So what I can say, terminology wise, I can say like a request. So my browser requested to this guy, hey, hello.html, I need your content. So what my hello.html is going to do, if he is okay, if he is ready, he can give the content to this guy or not. That one we can say like what? Response or not. Got my point? Agreed with me? Come on. This is called as a response or not. So who send a request? Come on. Who send a request to my hello.html? Come on. Who send a request? Who send a request to my hello.html? Who send a request? My browser, right? My browser send a request or not? Based on the request, who given the response to my browser? Who given the response to my browser? Come on. Who given the response to my browser? Okay, this particular file to whom I requested, that guy only, right? Gives me the response. All are okay. So this request and responses were tracked, where we can track, we can track inside the network tab. So my browser requested something to some other person, that request and responses we can track inside the network tab or not? Inside the network tab. Can we check it? Can we check it? Okay, let's do one thing. Run it. Okay, open with Google Chrome. Open with Google Chrome. Open with Google Chrome. Okay, this much stuff is there. This is not required. Okay, it's okay, fine. Okay, it's okay, fine. This is my content, right? Okay, can I right click and inspect it? Can I right click and inspect it? Can I go to the network? Can I go to the network? Can I refresh the page now? Can I refresh the page now? See this? There has one record added. If you observe here, one request, see this, one request sent by my browser or not? One request sent or not already? All are okay? Yes or no? Now, if I click on this hello.html, if I click on this hello.html, my browser send a request to this guy or not? See this. My browser send a request to this guy or not? Yes or no? My browser send a request to this guy or not? Okay, what is this get? What is this stats code? Everything we'll discuss at the time of Ajax and Node.js. Don't worry about that. For now. For now. Okay. Once you send a request, you can get this output or not. See this. This is only the output. You get it or not from that particular file. All are okay? From that particular file, this is only the response, you can get it or not. So yesterday we added this code, right? Let me delete it. This is not required for us. These are the CSS, not required. This is the markup language. Nothing is compiled. That's the reason whatever you written the code, that is rendered inside the browser or not. Say this. Okay, I written some CSS related stuff also. Okay, it is rendered inside the browser or not. Okay, so I deleted. Now let me refresh it. Let me refresh it. Now see, my browser send a request, okay, to this particular file. My request got completed. See, this green color is there. Now see the response. This is the response I get it. That response only rendered inside the browser or not? Color okay? Yes or no? Okay. Now my question is very simple. My browser send a request to whom? To my local machine, one of the file or not? My browser send a request to my local machine one file or not? Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me open Google. Let me open Google. This image is there, right? This image. Okay. Now it is in which page? This image in which page now? In the google.com. In this google.com, right? Now I want that image here. In my page, I want that image. So how we can get it? How we can get it? Any one of you? How we can get it? This image I want in my hello.html. Okay. Okay, then don't worry. See, first of all, what code my Google people written? Can we check it? How we can check what kind of code they written for this particular content? How we can check? Inspect it. Right click on this one. Okay, in my developer console window, you can now see this. For this particular logo, this is the code they written or not? Agreed with me, everyone? Agreed with me? Okay. Now this is the code, right? Can I do right click? Can I copy this element? Can I copy this element? Can I go to my page? Can I go to my page? Okay. Can I paste it now? Can I paste it now? Yes. Okay. Now, can I go to view? Okay, just word wrap. Word wrap is nothing but there is no scrolling in this particular width only. It is like break. Okay, your lines come to the next. Okay, now see this. This is the code they written or not? This is the code they written or not? See, this is the image. Okay, that image contains some stuff. Say this image is what? Image is what? Come on, this image is what? It's a tag. It's a tag. It's a tag. Now this tag, this is one tag. This is one tag. But what is the difference between this tag and the remaining tags? Some extra things you found, right? What is that? In the open tag, there has something like this. Okay, something like this. Say this. Say this. Okay, this one class is equals to something, alt is equals to something, height is equals to something, source is equals to something like that. I found something to my image tag or not? Okay, whatever in my open tag, a key and value pairs, if you find like this, those key value pairs terminology wise we can see like a attribute. We can say like what? Attributes. Got my point? In your open tag, if you see the key value pairs, we can say like what? Terminology wise, attributes or not? Can anyone tell me what is an attribute? How it looks like syntactically? Okay, if you observe, key is equals to value. It is a key value pair or not? So I can say my attribute is a key value pair or not? How many attributes we can write to my element? Can anyone? How many attributes we can write to my element? Come on, any number of attributes you can write. By seeing this one only you can say any number of attributes or not. One attribute to another attribute, how we can differentiate? By seeing this one only you can tell. One attribute to another attribute, how we can differentiate? By using space or not? By using space or not. So my attribute is a key value pair. We can write any number of attributes. One attribute to another attribute we can differentiate by using space or not. Is my attribute key is repeated or not repeated? My attribute key value pair, is it like duplicate attributes are there or not there? Observe there itself, no or not. Okay, my attributes for one element, one key is unique. Okay, for example, class is there. Okay, if you write one more class, it is not a recommended one. It is not gives me any error. It is not a recommended one. Okay, so always, okay, it is rendered like a single attribute, only one key. That key is like unique key, you can say. Got my point? So you can ask a question. Hey, syntactically, attribute is this one. It's a key value pair. Okay, we can write any number of key value pairs. Okay, we can differentiate by using space. Okay, like that you can say. Why we go for attribute? What my attribute is going to tell? My attribute always tell something about your element. Okay, my attribute always tell something about your element. Okay, in this case, okay, it tells like what? Class lnxdpd. Okay, it tells something about the css. It's a css class. What css applied to my image, it tells. Okay, if the image is not there, it is a alternate text, is a Google. How much height for that image tag? This is the one. From where you want me to take the image, this is the source. It is always tell something about your element. Got my point? My attribute is a key value pair. It is always tell something, some extra information about your element or not. All are okay? So for good, come on. Is my attributes are mandatory to my element? Is my attributes are mandatory? My attributes are mandatory? No. Say this here. Span, no attribute. Div, no attribute, right? Attributes are like not a mandatory. So these many attributes are there, right? Which attribute is like recommended? Which attribute is like I can say mandatory to my image? Tell me. Image, tell me. Okay, here there has one image in one path. That particular image has to get and load inside the image tag by using source attribute. For okay, in this case, my source attribute is the mandatory. Can I remove remaining all attributes? Can I remove remaining all attributes? Can I remove it? Yes or no? Can I remove it? Just remove it. Remaining all attributes, you can remove it. Okay. So if I write like this, it is looking for images folder in my local machine, but my Google image in my local machine, it is there, or it is like where it is. It is already my Google people in their own location placed that image or not. You want me to look in my local machine, or you want me to look in the Google domain? Where you want me to check for my Google, for my image? For my images, where you want me to check? In my Google domain or not? So don't check images folder in my mission. Okay, check in the google.com. Okay, now can I run it? Now can I run it? Now see this. Are you able to see? Are you able to see this? Are you able to see the Google image? Yes or no? In my hello.html, are you able to see the Google image or not? Yes or no? Okay, one thing you can find it. Now see how many requests went now. In the past, only one request. Now, how many requests went? Come on. How many requests went? Two requests or not? One is like in my local machine. Okay. In my local machine, this much content is there. Yes. For this content, one request went. But to get this image, there has one more request went to my Google or not? Yes or no? Come on. Okay, total how many requests went? That means how many requests sent by browser? How many requests sent? Two requests sent or not? One request, if you observe, to get okay, one request go to my local machine to get the content. Yes, I get it. But here this image related content not in my local machine, that is in another place or not? Okay, now that request also went. Now you can see the preview, you can get the headers. If you see the request went to this particular URL, particular location, and get this response or not? Yes or no? Come on. So my browser send a request to my local machine. Okay, possibilities. My browser send a request out of my local machine is nothing but a cloud, I can say. Yes or no? Another one is like a out of my machine. Can I say like a cloud machine?
Okay, so my browser send a request to my local machine, one possibility, and my browser send a request to my cloud machine also or not. This is like one more possibility is there. All are okay so far, good. Got my point? Hmm? Okay, then the next one. The next one. Okay, in my browser, I want to load, okay, the players list. Okay, Sachin, Dhoni, Kohli. Okay, players list. I want to load it. My players inside my database. Listen carefully. First today discussion. Where my players are? My players are inside where? Come on. My players data inside where? Inside the DB. Inside the DB. So the players inside the database, my browser requires that players from the database. Inside the browser, which kind of technologies are going to load? Come on, inside the browser, what kind of languages, which kind of technologies in the browser content loaded? That content we prepared by using client side technologies, right? HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, like that. So is my client side technologies can directly communicate with the database? Possible or not possible? Is my client side technologies can directly communicate with my database? No, right? No, right? Okay, so my browser should not send a request to my database. My browser has to send a request to whom? One of my server side technology or not? Yes, sir. My browser has to send a request to my server side technology or not. So my browser is going to send the request to whom? To my server side application. My server side application communicate with my DB, and he is going to give the response back or not. Okay, that is called as a API. Okay, yes. Okay, you can give the response back or not. Okay, now tell me from my browser possibilities. Okay, my browser may send a request to a local machine. Possibilities may send a request to my local machine. My browser may send a request to my cloud machine. My browser may send a request to my server side application or not. All these requests and responses where we can track in my browser. All my requests and responses where we can track in my browser. Come on, in my network tab or not? As a UI developer, if you send any request, you have to open the developer console window. Is my request is going, am I get the response or not? Everything we can track through network tab only. All are agreed? All are agreed with me? Yes or no? Come on. Okay, then. Now, that is about the network tab. Now, let's go with the source tab. Source tab. See, if I open the source tab, listen carefully. How many requests went? How many requests went? See, come on. How many requests went? How many requests went? How many requests went? Two requests. Two requests. Okay. These two requests completed or not completed successfully? These two requests completed successfully or not? These two requests completed successfully or not? How we can say? Simply, okay, here header, right? Okay, 200. Okay, it's okay. 200 status code means success. For now, just remember it. Okay, here also, okay, success, right? These two requests completed successfully or not? My request got completed means get the response, right? Yes or no? Request got completed means I get the response or not? So that response, see this. Let me open the source tab. If I open the source tab, okay, if I open the source tab, observe here the hello.html and the Google, okay, that particular image also I can see in the source tab or not. That means whatever the requests got completed by the network tab, that responses in the file explorer format we can see in the source tab or not. Agreed? Whatever the requests got completed through network tab, that responses we can see in the file explorer format in the source tab or not. Observe here. In the network tab, okay, open the first one. Okay, file F folder, my classes, source go to. File F folder, my classes. Okay, the next one is what? React, one more folder. So React, one more folder. Inside this done, hello.html. Inside this one, hello.html. Can I open? Can I see this? Yes or no? Now, the next request is what? Google.com. HTTP google.com images. Okay. HTTP google.com is like cloud folder, one folder, images, one folder, branding, and Google logo /2x. Okay. These all are like folders only up to here. What is the image name? Okay. PNG, one image. Can I see this? PNG is one image or not? Say that. How many requests got completed? That request related okay response we can see in the explorer, file explorer format or not in the source tab. All are agreed. Okay, so my source and network both are like interlink or not. All are okay. Okay, then now if you come to my Google, okay, open the network tab. To load your first google.com page, landing page, my browser send how many requests? See this. Can I refresh the page? How many requests send my browser to load my landing page? Google.com landing page to load my browser send how many requests? There has 38 requests sent. How much data transferred from outside to my browser to load this content? 522 KB data transferred or not? 522 KB data transferred or not? Okay, here see this, the type of the request. He requests for PNG file, he requests for JS file, he requests for XHR is nothing but this one. Okay, it is like a API call. You can understand at the time of Ajax, you can get more clarity on that. Okay, this is the type of request or not. That means you are sending the request for which kind of files. Okay, are you getting like JPG files? You are sending the request or something, some other files, whatever it is. My browser send a request. Everything is tracked in the network tab or not. Now, see this here. You can filter it PNG. Here. Okay, PNG. Okay, now see this. To load this file, okay, to load this logo, my browser send a request or not? See my header, my browser send a request. I can see the output or not. Okay, once my browser completed request successfully, this content related, okay, this particular response we can see in the file explorer path, where in the source tab or not. See in my source tab, in the images folder, okay, in the branding logo, okay, this is my Google image or not? Yes, sir. Like that. 38 request related response they placed in the file explorer path in the source tab or not? All are okay. Come on. Now you got some idea, right? About the elements tab, about the console tab, about the source tab, and about the network tab. Okay, and source tab, it's okay. Source tab, one more benefit also there. Frequently we are using, we are going to use that one. What is that one? You know, that is like a debugging purpose. Debugging is nothing but line by line execution. I want to see while development. Okay, you are facing some issues where exactly in which line I'm getting this error. I want to see. For that, you need to debug your code or not. For debugging purpose, we are going to use like a source tab. Okay, now let me, okay, last program. Okay, see this. I will tell everything. I will tell. Don't worry about this one. Okay, number. Okay, debugger is the keyword I added. Okay, now see this. Check. Okay, 100. Observe. You are in which tab? Come on. You are in which tab? Console. Okay, if I execute my check function, okay, this is my debugger, one keyword is there, right? Now it is moved to source tab. Observe. If I run this, if I click on enter, see this, which tab highlighted now? Which tab highlighted now? Source tab or not? My source tab highlighted and my execution also stopped at line number 2 or not? Line number 2 or not? Now, if you want to see what kind of data you get it, yes, number is like 100, I get it. I will tell in the JavaScript, it is not, it's simply why we go for these tabs. That is our discussion. Okay. How to debug, how to write the code in the console, JavaScript code, everything I will explain. Don't worry about that one. If you want to go to the next line by line, like this. Now, this is my number, this is my 2, number 100% is 2 equals to 0. Then the time you can get the even, otherwise odd, like that you can, okay, see the line by line execution also or not inside the source tab. Got my point? For debugging purpose. All are okay? Okay, then the next tab is like application tab. Application tab. Okay, let me take one simple scenario again. Let me take one simple scenario again. Okay, listen carefully again. This is my browser. Okay, this is my browser. This is my database. This is my database. In my database, there has some data is there, users data is there, users data is there. This is my browser. My browser required that users data. So is my browser directly communicate with my DB? Is my browser can directly communicate with my DB? No, everyone knows that one, right? My browser means my client side technologies. Inside the browser, which kind of, okay, which technologies are going to run? Client side technologies. My client side technologies is not having the capability directly communicate with my DB or not to get the data. So what my browser is going to do? First, he is going to communicate with whom? Come on. He is going to communicate with my server side application or not. My server side application is going to communicate with whom? Okay, my server side application is going to communicate with whom? DB or not? Okay, now my DB, from my DB, this guy get the data and give the response back to whom? Response back to whom? To my browser or not? See, to get the data from the DB, okay, my DB is not inside my local machine, only the browser only with me. Okay, my server side app also not with me. It is completely out of my browser. Okay, out of my local machine, for example. So my request has to travel to my server app to database or not. So this much, okay, this my request has to travel this much distance or not. So how much time it will take? Is it happen within fraction of milliseconds? No, right? For example, think, okay, my first file 1.html requires this users. For that, my browser send a request. Okay, to get the response, for example, it's take like 2 minutes time. It should not take this much time. Okay, for instance, that's it. Okay, 2 minutes time it's taken. Okay, after 2 minutes, what you can get? Come on, you send a request after 2 minutes. What you can get? You can get the response, right? You can get the response. Perfect. Once you get the response, you can print what? You can print the users. You can print the users. Okay, perfect. Okay. Now I move to another page in my browser that is 2.html. That is also requires the users. Then that time again by 2.html, what he has to do? Whenever the 2.html loaded, what my 2.html has to do? That is also requires users data. What he has to do? Again, he has to send the request or not. How much time it will take? 2 minutes time, right? Again, users. Like that, 10 pages requires that users. So each and every page has to send the request and get the response. Okay. Yes, you can get the response, you can show that. But as a end user, you are the end user, for example, you opened one website. Okay, which parameters you are going to consider that particular website is like performance wise good or bad as per you? If you open one website, which parameters you are going to consider, okay, to justify whether this website is like performance wise good or bad? How? Which parameters? Come on. Yes. Okay. One is like look and feel. Look and feel wise good or not first. The next one is like, it is a responsiveness or responsive or not. If I open the website in the mobile, okay, some content is loading, some content is not loading, some content is requires some scrolling. Okay, that kind of thing is there. That is not okay. That kind of thing is there. Okay, as a user, I'm not feel that much comfort with that. Okay, so that should be fit for that resolution or not. So my website should be responsive or not. Look and feel wise should be good or not. More than that, loading time should less or not. Okay, now first time as a user, if I open 1.html to load the user's 2 minutes time, it's taken. First time as a end user, okay, I can bear it. Okay. If I go to the 2.html, then also 2 minutes, to 3.html, then also 2 minutes. As a end user, do you want me to wait for 2 minutes for each and every page loading? Is it the recommended one? Can I bear? No, right? No, right? Okay, if you observe here, for the same content only you are sending these many requests or not? For the same content not changed. For the same content only, okay, you make the end user, you make him like waiting state is like 2 minutes time or not? For the same content, yes or no? In this scenario, in this situation, what we can do, first time you can send a request, okay, get the response, display that users. Do one thing, can you store somewhere for future purpose, store these users somewhere in your browser for future purpose? Shall we do it? Okay, so in my browser itself, I want to store the users somewhere. I want to store the users. Whenever if I go to the 2.html, whenever I go to the 2.html, tell me, my users are available in two places. Where are my users are available in two places? Where one is like inside the browser only in one area, another one is like database. So which one is near to me? Which one is near to me? It is like very near to me, this users inside the browser. My browser requires something from my browser only. Which one is easy for me? Within fraction of milliseconds, I can get these users from my browser or not. If the users are not there in the browser, then I can go, there is no option to my server side application or not. Within millisecond, 1 millisecond, I can get it or not. So here the users I said like store within the browser, right? So in my browser somewhere I need to store my data or not. That data inside the browser, if you store, you can see or you can view that stored data in my application tab. Okay, these are my storages to my browser. One is like local storage, another one is like session storage, another one is like cookies. Okay, there is IndexedDB, WebSQL, these many storages are there, okay, which we want to store the data inside the browser. Got my point? Okay, where we can see the browser storages, where we can view which kind of data is stored within the browser. We can view it by using inside the application tab. Okay, it's a local storage or session storage or cookies. Okay, in which place if you want to use to store the data in the local storage, you can view here. In the session storage, if you want to see, you can view here. There has a concept is there, browser storages concept in our JavaScript. That time we'll discuss more about this. Got my point? Got my point about the application tab? As a UI developer, you should know about these tabs. Very, very important. Very, very important. Okay. Okay, then any newcomers who is joining from today onwards, who joined today only? Any newcomers? Any newcomers? Okay, just you can raise your hand in the chat. Any newcomers? Okay. Any newcomers? 6 members only joining from today onwards. Yeah, we completed like 5 classes. We completed like 5 classes. Okay, it's a kind of okay HTML and what topics we are going to cover as part of our course. These things only we discussed. So first 10 class videos I will provide you. Don't worry about that one. Don't worry about that one. Okay, first let me ask some questions about the content and everything. Okay, already newcomers, not remaining people. Anyone have any questions? Just let me know. Okay, you can drop so I will talk with newcomers. Okay. Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions?
Excuse me, sir.
One by one, you can ask.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, sir, can we make a complete like landing page or web pages using after learning this?
Obviously, not only complete the development, you can publish your website in the cloud. So in this world, anyone can view it like that.
Okay. Okay. And sir, what kind of hands-on will you cover in this course?
Okay, it's a
Like,
kind of completely React. Okay, on top of this one, Next.js, React Native, all you can do it once you complete React course.
okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Sir, do you necessary to learn the JavaScript before starting the React?
Okay, that's what. Okay, the prerequisites for this course is like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. But as part of our course, we are going to teach each and every topic in JavaScript. Okay, that's the reason there is no need to join any other batch. Okay, so you can go ahead with this.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir. Um, uh, Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Sir, as you said that your user is stored inside the application or your user request is stored inside the application of
Mhm.
inspect. Sir, does it similar like a cache? Means
Uh,
use.
yeah, you can say like a cache, but cache physically it is not visible, right? But this data we can see physically.
Okay, okay. Means, sir, could you please explain means how it different like cache?
Okay, it's like caching the application. Okay, for example, if you have the username and password, okay, just you can put like remember me. That one, that particular username and password stored in the OS level in
Right.
your mission, but it is completely for application. Your domain name only it is going to store the data.
Okay.
Okay, for Google, okay, Google data we can store it. Okay, it is not like a system level, it is application level, we
Right.
can say.
It is at application level, right? Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
Sir, how many hours per day, like for assignments or anything, minimum we should keep for practice if we are working professionals or something in that case? I'm asking so that minimum.
Yeah, we are going to take like the classes like 1 hour. That is based on yours. Okay, see, if you understand the concept very well, then the time just half an hour is enough. But if you're not able to understand, then the time you have to do more practice. That is completely depending upon you, how much you comfort.
Okay, okay, sir. And one more thing, when you spoke about the experience keeping and gap for the gap, all these things.
Yep.
But don't the people who are verifying in the next company, two questions. So first one, who are verifying in the next company, don't they check the PAN card and pay slips? Like, did
Yeah,
I get salary?
yeah. Obviously, they are going to verify. There are two kinds of okay things you have to find it. For example, there has TCS or okay some other companies. If you observe, for verification, background verification, they put like some amount. They allocate some amount. For example, I have a small company. Okay, I'm not able to put some that much amount to do the background verification strictly. Okay, then the time simply I'm going to ask, hey, what is your okay offer letter, relieving letter? Okay, these things only I'm going to focus. Okay, I'm not focusing on the background verification. I don't have that much money to spend. You got my
Okay.
point?
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, just they are going to ask like certificates only. Just you can provide it. That much, okay, background verification they may not do. Some of the companies they are going to take like okay strict verification. Then that obviously you can you caught. Okay, in future you may caught.
So if I go abroad and like I have a visa and I go abroad and there I put this experience, in that case there is very less verification, no, sir?
Less verification, just it's a mail communication only happened. Then that time there is no issues. Where you taken that particular certificates and everything, just you can contact with them. Here you may get one mail, just please respond, like that you can say.
Okay, sir. And second question is like, so I put some 3-4 years experience. I start working, all these things. But so while I'm working, I'll get so many technical issues, and of course there will be some time limit. So will there be any support? So there are in abroad, I saw there are few websites they charge like $15 per
Yes, yes,
$30 per hour.
obviously there has, okay, you can contact with, okay, that websites, or your friends one-to-one contact also you can do it. Okay, they will
But
give
in
support.
India,
That's all.
how to find them, sir? In India, it was not easy finding them. How to find them?
Not through friends only. Okay, it's not
Oh,
like they not put their contacts in the website or some other public place. Not like that. Through, okay, this channel only, through friends only we can find it.
through Upwork and all, there are few websites, no, sir. They
Yeah,
freelance for things that
yeah.
also.
Yes, yes, yes. You can find there.
Okay, okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
Hi,
after the
sir.
session,
yeah,
Good.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, regarding the one which you told in the application, like you said we can see the local storage and the session storage, right? So, is
Yeah.
it regarding only to the application, or we can see even the data from the DB?
See, the data which is coming from DB or some other resource is not from other source is not a matter for me. I have the data that may be coming from wherever it is. That data, if you want to store, you can store it. Okay, see, okay, it's not like a DB data stored in the local storage, some other data stored within the local storage. Don't think like that. I have a data
Okay.
that is coming from which source. It is not a matter for me. That data you can store it.
Okay.
Got my point?
Yes.
How this data will be stored in the local storage?
For that only syntax is required. That is concept. Browser storage is there as one concept is there in the JavaScript. I will explain that one that time.
Okay, sir. Whatever we write in the source code, is
Mhm.
it linked to the live project? Or you?
Obviously, okay, each and every topic we are going to use in your project if you join as a React.js developer.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
sir, how can we access the previous session from previous videos?
Yeah,
If we,
newcomers, I will tell. Okay, these, okay, just give me 2 minutes time. Okay, say this. Okay, newcomers. This is the course content. The total hours is like 60. Okay, it's like 3 months time it's going to take. Okay, the prerequisites and everything we are going to cover as part of this course only, so that there is no need to join any other batch for HTML, CSS, JavaScript. What things are required for React, we are going to cover here only. So from your end, just focus. Don't miss the class. Okay, attend the classes like regularly. Got my point? So 5 classes completed. Okay, these are the 5 class videos. Okay, how to download these videos I will tell, just wait. So this is my HTML content. Okay, HTML, this is the CSS part, and JavaScript. These many topics we are going to cover, some more also in the middle we are going to add, and React. So JavaScript and React go parallel. Don't think like once my completed JavaScript then only React will start. Don't think like that. Okay, to complete the JavaScript may take like, okay, 30 hours. Okay, not like that. We not take regular sessions, regular JavaScript sessions. Whenever React topic is required some JavaScript knowledge, first I'm going to complete JS topic and then move to React topic, like that. Okay, like that will complete React and JS parallelly. Okay, and then one of the state management Redux we are going to cover. One more state management library, Juice stand, we are going to cover. The next one is like new topics in React, which is like 16.8 onwards. They introduced hooks, very, very important nowadays. People are using on end-to-end application, online test application. Client is a React, server side Node.js. Also, we are going to cover as part of this course, but don't expect like 100% course like Node.js. It's a 30%, 40% we are going to cover in the Node.js. MongoDB is our database we are going to cover as part of this course. The weekend sessions, one weekend, Next.js we are going to take care. Why? Because Next is a framework on top of React they build. So if you know React, yes, you can do the Next. Okay, the next to React Native, completely React topics only we are going to use in React Native also for mobile application development. React with the TypeScript. Instead of REST, we are going to use like GraphQL. Nowadays, people are moving to GraphQL. I will explain this one. For this course, you need to install these softwares. One is like Visual Studio Code. Okay, as I said, okay, you should have to install now itself. Git, whenever it is required, I will tell, then you can install. It's a version control. Okay, to store your source code in the Git, how to store all the Git concepts. Okay, version control, how to pull, how to push, how to clone, all these things we are going to cover. Okay, one of the tool how to use, okay, desktop Git. Okay, that one also will cover. MongoDB software, you can install it. Mongo Compass is the software. It is connecting with your MongoDB server. Okay, Node.js software also you need to install it. These are the required softwares. And accounts you need to create in the GitHub and Vercel. Okay, GitHub account you need to create. It's a free account. Vercel, it's a free account. MongoDB is a free account. AWS and Azure, they may ask the credit card details. So you can give the credit card details, no problem at all. These all I want to use for, okay, deployment purpose. Okay, this is our learning website, uijavakit.com. Okay, this is like 24/7. It's like always available. It's my website, so always available. You can go through that website and topics. Okay, whatever I explained in the class. Okay, videos, first 10 class videos I will provide. These are the 5 class videos already completed. Okay, excluding today. Okay, these are the 5 class videos. The course fee is like 5,000 without videos, with videos 8,000. Okay, you can transfer your amount if you are okay with this. Okay, just this is the account number. Once you completed your payment and everything, just you can fill these details and send the screenshot to this guy. This is the admin guy. Don't call him. Okay, don't call him, don't disturb. He is going to manage like multiple batches. That's the reason. Just you can message him. Okay, WhatsApp him. Got my point? So how you can get this content, all these details? Okay, this is my job. Don't think more. Newcomers, already reminding people know how to get this content and everything. Give me 1 minute. Okay, this is my work. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, meanwhile, can you open this website, newcomers? Can you open this website, uijavakit.com? Can you open this website?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Once you open, you can find one React.js style. Can you open that React.js style? Open the React.js style. Are you able to open the website? Come on, respond.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
Click on the React.js style. Click on the React.js style. Okay. If you click on that one, okay, you can see the download section. Okay, let me open my side also. Okay, you can see this. This is my website. Okay, click on the React.js. Okay, if you come down, there is a download section is there. Click on the today class link. Click on this. Click on this link. Once you click on this one, okay, you can see one zip file downloaded in the folder. See that one zip file downloaded or not? You can find in the downloads folder. You can find in the downloads folder. Extract this one. Extract this one. Extract this one. Once you extracted, okay, now in this folder you can find all these things. Our content file also you can see here. Okay, here our content, our last 5 class videos you can find. Last 5 class videos. So it's not saved. Content.txt not saved. Don't worry. Let me upload it again. Let me upload it again. Okay.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Yeah.
So small doubt, sir. For this course, we require any bootstrap knowledge, sir?
Bootstrap knowledge also we'll provide our side only.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I uploaded the new content. Just you can download and you can see all the 5 class videos. You can find it. Our admin details also you can find. Okay.
Sir, is
Anyone?
it a 45-day course or a 60-day course?
It is not 45 days course. Only React may take 45 days, but we are going to cover like multiple things. That the reason it take like 60 hours. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
హలో
Yeah.
సార్ ఇప్పుడు జావా స్క్రిప్ట్ అండ్ రియాక్ట్ సైమల్టేనియస్ గా చెప్తా అన్నారు కదా
We are going to cover like parallel.
ఓకే అలా ఓకే ప్యారలల్ గా చెప్తా అన్నారు కదా అయితే అప్పుడు క్లాస్ టైమ్స్ ఏముంటుందా ఎక్కువ అవుతుందా సార్
No. Time is like same 60 hours, 3 months.
నేను అలాగే సార్ 8 to 9 ఉంటుందా లేకపోతే మళ్ళీ 7 to 9 అలా
8 to 9. 8, no. 8 to 9 only.
ఓకే సార్
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning. Actually, what do company prefer to work on, like React with JS or React with TS?
React with JS as part of our course, but the concepts and everything is like for same for React with JS and React with TS also. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Source and okay.
Sir.
So what I
Hello.
will explain you. One example is there.
Yes, sir. What is React or TS?
It's a TypeScript.
Okay.
Okay. Source set one concept is there. I will explain tomorrow. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Multiples based on your requirement. If you want to add multiple images parallelly.
Are you going to upload the daily learning notes also in the same?
The running notes and everything, okay, you can find in the website. You can write your own running notes. You can see this website. Okay, you can find some content. Once we completed our topic, you can go to Google. Okay, you can easily understand after our content completion. Once our topic is completed, okay, you can find in our own website as well as in Google also. You can check it. Okay,
No, I mean
class
you
programs
draw.
and everything I will upload. Class programs and everything I will upload. You can download it. I will tell you the path and everything.
Okay, you have done some diagrams to explain to us, right?
Those
So
also.
this-
Those also I will share.
Okay. My concern is here majorly. Suppose we are dispatch students, right? So we'll get this one, and you will be teaching other batches also. So in that case, you will be erasing this content or how?
No, not like that. We have multiple tabs are there. I will give you one tab for your batch. Okay, from that tab you can download it.
Okay.
Okay, for your batch, just you can use like React tab. Okay, another batch I will provide one more tab like JavaScript or some other. I will manage that one.
Okay. So daily we need to download the zip file and check it.
Okay, daily I will not upload, 2 days once.
Okay. Yeah, and out of this curiosity, I have one question. We have this local storage and the session storage, right?
Yeah.
So once we close the browser and if we refresh it, it will be gone, no?
Yeah.
The data.
Local storage data, behavior wise, it still remains for the domain name. For session storage data is not. Session storage data erase. Local storage data still remains. Okay. In our concept, you can get more idea while explaining that one.
Yes, thanks.
Yeah, hi, sir. The first thing, the elements tab you told, right?
Yeah.
Where we find styling. So can we refer that? Can we change in the right side of that?
Yes.
And
Yes. You can change it. Okay. If you change, then the time based on your requirement, it is going to override. Say this, for example. Okay. This Sachin is there.
Yeah.
Go to this.
I want to know that.
This is my H4, right? Okay, here based on your requirement, you can write my font size is like, okay, where is that? This is the H4. Where is my H4? This is the H4, right? Okay, now see, font size is like 30 pixel. Okay, color is like red. Okay, like this, you can change it. Say this, it's changed or not?
Okay.
Okay, you can change, but if I refresh, then that time it gone. Okay, this is like instant applying. Okay, you have to write some code to apply permanently. Okay, how to write, how to apply the CSS, we have the topic.
Okay.
It is only for instant checking.
Okay. And one more
Yeah.
thing, we did not went up to there, but few dots like in children class we will write dispatch, and parent component should have to read that dispatch value. So it's not reading. How to check whether how to do that?
Yeah, it's like the child and parent communication. That is like through callbacks. If you want to use in your application, you can use it, or either context. If you want to use reducer and use context, you can use. If it is like a functional components, if you want to dispatch the data and retrieve the data, means it's a completely Redux topic. It's like a state management at application level. You can do that by using.
Okay. So if we use reducer, then can we read from children
Yes,
component?
use reducer with use context, with the help of use context. Okay, you can manage the Redux. We can manage the state management for functional components.
The rape code e-link है ना Zoom link?
Okay, same link. If it get changed, okay, it may change day after tomorrow onwards. Okay, tomorrow the same link, day after tomorrow onwards it may change.
Oh, okay. మేము ఇప్పుడు లెఫ్ట్ అయిపోవచ్చా మేము?
Yeah, you can love. If you don't have any questions, just you can drop. Any questions, newcomers?
Sir, actually, I'm a back-end developer, okay? So I want to be a full stack. I know basics of React, and I'm taking some task and working in my company. Now I want to be a, very good in a React to become a full stack. So if I change a company, which domain they will give? Not domain. I mean to say, now I am a senior software engineer. Do they give
Yeah,
us
if you want to put if you want to apply the next level role is like a full stack engineer,